Well, now, them two German gals was the first to come a-tumbling out, trailing right behind that there Lieutenant Ramos. Inside that old barricaded shack weren't nobody left but Joaquin, his hands a-shaking like a leaf in a gale and his breath coming all ragged and broke. Gomez, he could jaw in Spanish easy as pie, so he up and hailed Ramos. That Mexican lieutenant, he spoke short-like, his voice weighing heavy with tuckered-out weariness. He was plumb ready to give up the ghost. "How many's left in thar?" Gomez avin. "Only one." "If'n you want peace, then let thar be peace." But that quiet spell didn't get no chance to settle down proper. A passel of Apache warriors come a-swooping down on the house like hawks on a chicken coop. From behind a fortified-up window, Joaquin let fly a shot. The fust of them attackers, he stopped short for a jiffy, staring at the wound where blood was a-gushing out. Then he throwed his head back to the sky and charged on again with a yelp that'd curdle milk. His axe come down hard on them planks, and the rest follered suit, hacking away savage at the blocked-up winders and the bolted door. A bunch of 'em clumb up on the roof and commenced a-pounding at the wooden beams. Inside, Joaquin was reloading his shooting iron behind the wall, then answering back with a shot or two poked through them winder planks. That wounded Apache let out a howl that was half hurt and half war whoop. With one last fit of mad fury, he busted them winder planks to smithereens and leaped inside the house. Joaquin skedaddled back behind a tipped-over table and fired off one more bullet. In the next wink, them other Apaches come piling in through the broke opening. The old chief, he lunged at Joaquin. With the flat side of his tomahawk, he fetched him a crack on the noggin, and Joaquin dropped to the ground like a sack of taters, plumb senseless. Them warriors grabbed him by hands and feet and drug him out of the house. They trussed him up with a stout rope, then, without so much as a glance back, they dove inside again to ransack the rooms. Everything they lit upon, loot, gewgaws, anything that looked worth a plug nickel, they piled it up and fetched it to Gomez's feet. Barranquito come staggering out of the hut, his left hand clamped tight on that wound where blood was still a-pouring. But in his right, he was still griping that tomahawk, and his eyes was burning like a fire that wouldn't take no for an answer. "This here'll be the 29th feather on my headdress," he says, his voice all cracked but full of grit. Every eagle feather on old Barranquito's bonnet weren't just a purty trinket. No, sir. It was a yarn all its own, a living proof of his grit, his smarts, and his plumb devotion to them Mescalero folks. They was like a heap of memories bunched up together,